Hi everyone, this is Learning with Linda, and today I bring you an update regarding SNAP benefits for the month of November. Now for those that live in the state of Arizona, guys, you don't want to ignore a letter that the state of Arizona is sending out to eligible families, and this is going to be regarding the rebates that are worth up to $750. Then for those in the state of Georgia, guys, there's actually some kind of good news, I would say, since your state seems to be sending out your benefits a little earlier as soon as this coming weekend. So of course here we're talking about the SNAP benefits. Then also there's a couple of new states that have expressed interest, or other words, they're pretty much approved for the 2024 summer EBT. We've talked a little bit about that in one of the previous videos. Then also we have the November payout dates for the regular SNAP benefits for all 50 states. So make sure you guys stay until the end of this video to ensure that you receive this information. Now, before we get started, if you're interested in the latest news regarding stimulus, child tax credits, SNAP, p-ebt, and everything in between, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below. Now let's get right to it. So the state of Arizona is already sending out letters to eligible families. And guys, this is a letter you want to look out for. It pretty much has in the title as tax rebate letter. Now, of course, some people may be wondering, like, is this legit or am I being scammed, right? So in the month of November, the Arizona Department of Revenue is sending letters regarding the Arizona Families Tax Rebate to eligible residents. Now, the letter is legitimate and explains that you will receive a rebate in the month of November and how to check your eligibility and status for the payment, which I will also be explaining in this video. Now, here is an example of like the text that you'll be able to find in the Arizona rebate letter. It states like the Arizona Department of Revenue is pleased to inform you that as a result of Governor Hobbs' 2023 bipartisan budget, you may be eligible for a one-time Arizona Families Tax Rebate. This rebate is being issued pursuant to Senate Bill 1734 as passed by the 56th legislature first regular session and signed into law by the governor. Now, eligible families will receive the rebate money through direct deposit or paper checks delivered via mail. Now, let's talk about the amounts regarding the family tax rebate, right? So qualifying taxpayers can receive the rebate for up to 3 dependents for those that have dependents. Now, for dependents under the age of 17, the rebate is $250 per dependent. And then for dependents aged 17 and older, the rebate is $100. So in some cases, families with multiple dependents can receive up to $750. Remember, you must qualify for this one as well. So here's some information as to who qualifies for this, right? So if you are a year-round resident of Arizona and then you claim the state's tax credit for dependents on your 2021 tax return, you may be eligible for the Arizona Families Tax Rebate. To qualify, you must have also owed a minimum of $1 in taxes during 2019, 2020, or 2021. So again, in addition to this, you must have also owed a minimum of $1 in taxes during those following 3 years. So the state will also use recent tax information to identify Arizonans who qualify. So residents will need to apply for a rebate. And mind you, keep in mind the big keyword is here that you do not need to apply for this. The state of Arizona has already identified the residents who pretty much qualify for this. Now, since we've been talking about this tax rebate letter, I figured I may as well show you exactly what the letter would look like. So here's an example. It says here, State of Arizona Department of Revenue. And as you can see there, it says Arizona Families Tax Rebate. So that's how you can verify that the letter is specifically to what we've been talking about. And then here's what it could look like in the front of the letter in the envelope. And again, you should look out for it to say Arizona Families Tax Rebate. Now, remember that you can always double check online as to whether or not you are eligible to receive the family's tax rebate, and then also if you want to find out how much you qualify for, this is a great way to do so. So you can go here on the Arizona Families Tax Rebate. It's specifically a .gov website. It's actually the Arizona Department of Revenue. So once you go in here, you can see right here, this says familyrebate.aztaxes.gov. You want to go ahead and click there, and then it pulls you up to this page where it asks you regarding your information. Again, always double check you are on a .gov website to avoid being scammed or putting in your personal information where, obviously you don't want it to be in. So you fill out this form, and then it gives you pretty much a status of how much you qualify for, and then also whether or not you are eligible. So the rebates will be sent in one of two ways. You'll either be receiving them through direct deposit if the state happens to have your direct deposit information when you filed your returns in 2021 or even 2022. Now, if Arizona does not have your taxpayers' direct deposit information, then they're going to be sending you a paper check. And of course, this one's going to be mailed to your last known address. So the Arizona Department of Revenue has launched a site that contains resources on how to check your eligibility and rebate status. And then also you can even file a claim or update your mailing address, which is what I previously showed you. So once you fill out the form, this is what your rebate status can look like, and it can say your rebate is scheduled for, and then it'll give you like a date, and then it can also even give you information as to how much you qualify for. Now for my friends in the state of Georgia, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, seems like your state's going to be sending out your regular SNAP benefits a little earlier than expected, which in my opinion is only a good thing. So you can start your Thanksgiving shopping a little earlier, right? So this is what I found on the Georgia Department of Human Services website. They're pretty much stating that there's going to be an early release of SNAP benefits for Georgians previously scheduled to receive them on the dates outlined below. So, for example, if your benefits were previously scheduled for November 19th, it seems, according to the Georgia Department of Human Services, that they're now going to be available on November 17th. So, again, just check your cards. And if your benefits were previously scheduled for November 21st through the 23rd, they're going to be sending those on November 18th, or at least that's when they should be available. Now, in some of my previous videos, we've been talking about the summer EBT for 2024. We started kind of giving you guys information as to the states that wish to participate in this program. And so here's the latest update. Montana is actually also opting in to participate in the summer EBT program, which is a little surprising. So after not accepting similar funds to feed hungry kids last summer, the state of Montana has changed course. And about 170,000 kids will have a better chance at full stomachs this upcoming summer in the Treasure State. So Montana is opting to participate in the federal summer electronic benefit transfer, otherwise known as summer EBT program, beginning in June of 2024. Now, DPHHS has announced Thursday a partnership with the Office of Public Instruction to offer meals to school-age children in the summer months. Now, the summer EBT program provides funds accepted at grocery stores to low-income families with school-age children when schools are closed for the summer. So beginning in summer of 2024, families will receive $40 per eligible child during the summer months of June, July, and August. And this is, of course, according to the DPHHS announcement. Here's some other good news for my friends in the state of Colorado. Seems like your state's also considering applying for the summer EBT, and of course this would provide them with funding for the summer EBT of 2024. Low-income families in Colorado could receive $120 per child to help pay for groceries next summer if state lawmakers agree to tap a federal program aimed at reducing childhood hunger when school is out. So the legislature begins meeting Friday for a special session to address spiking property taxes after voters rejected Proposition HH. But lawmakers will also consider the summer grocery program because the state must opt in by January 1st to participate in 2024. Now, families of up to 350,000 Colorado children would benefit. Now, for the state to participate, Colorado lawmakers would have to appropriate about $3.5 million to help administer the program. This is something that was said by Brian Riley, which is a school nutrition director at the Colorado Department of Education. So if state lawmakers approve the summer EBT program during the special session, which could last just 3 days, Colorado would join 10 other states planning to participate next summer. And so these states are Illinois, Kansas, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, New Jersey, Ohio, Virginia, and West Virginia. Now, here's the latest update regarding the government shutdown. You guys remember we covered a bit part of it in one of my previous videos. So here's the latest update. So Biden has pretty much signed a temporary spending bill that heads off a government shutdown. President Biden signed a short-term government funding bill on Thursday, which pretty much avoided a potential government shutdown and pushed into next year's debates about wartime funding in Ukraine and Israel. So Biden's approval came a day after the Senate overwhelmingly approved the stopgap spending bill. The measure, designed by new House Speaker Mike Johnson, funds 4 federal agencies until January 19th of 2024 and the rest until February 2nd of 2024. So the goal is to give Congress more time to negotiate long-term spending bills, which I think a lot of us kind of saw this coming. Lawmakers are still under pressure to try to negotiate and pass full-year spending bills in just over 2 months, as the stopgap bill creates 2 new shutdown deadlines in January and February, which is an unusual 2-step approach to funding the government. Moving on to the SNAP payout dates for all 50 states for the month of November. And once again, guys, remember that here we're talking about the regular SNAP benefits, right? So, for example, on this chart, we do have Florida, November 1st all the way through the 28th, and then also Delaware, November 2nd all the way through the 23rd. For Mississippi, the payout date is November 4th all the way through the 21st, and then also Missouri, November 1st all the way through the 22nd. For Tennessee, the payout date is November 1st all the way through November 20th, and then Texas, November 1st all the way through the 28th. And that is all the updates that I have for today. Remember to turn on your notification button to know when I have uploaded a new video. See you guys next time.